Alright everybody, welcome to Brew and Bloom. I'm your host Canna, and today we're doing a very special video. We're doing our Day 10 update, as well as the introduction for our new channel, Brew and Bloom, where we're going to be fermenting meads, wines, beers, a conglomerate of joyful fermented elixirs. But to get straight into it, folks, right now we're working on our batch of Odin's Grove. We started this batch with 100% Fisher's honey, raw and unfiltered. We added in a pack of IVC D47 wine yeast. We ended up adding a gallon of water and approximately 12.12 grams worth of nutrients. We went through the day 1, day 2, and day 5 stages. Now, for those that have not seen that part of the process, we apologize. We've had some filming issues over the last week and a half. It has not been easy to get videos out. Right now we're filming on a backup on our phone at this point, trying to get a video out there for an update on how this has been going for now. But today, folks, it's a really simple process. We're just going to be degassing our mead like we have been for the last 5 days. We're going to give it about 2 minutes of agitation. We're going to try not to add too much air into it. Just get it swirled around, get it moving, get the yeast up off of the bottom, get them up into the mead, and let them have their happy spot where they can start producing even more alcohol into the process than what they already have. But with that, folks, we're going to get right into it. And once that timer hits 2 minutes, we're going to take our mead and we're going to get it seriously starting to swirl. I've already done a little bit of pre-agitation for our mead this time to try to get a little bit of that cake broken up from the bottom. But at this point, folks, we're going to stir it up for 2 minutes flat and get a little workout in the process. And as an update for those that have been keeping along with the process, we got our second carboy in today. That was a good thing. We turned around and got our star sand in today. We also got our extra wine yeast, as well as a pack of Red Premier, I want to say Premier Classique, the little red packets of yeast. Now, that red packet should take anything that ferments in it 14, 18% easily, so I think we're going to be using that for our grape juice batch on the next run. And we're going to turn around and see what we can do with that. And or we might just do another D47 batch and see how that goes. But for those that are curious, we have been degassing this mead daily for the last 5 days. We took a taste test on day 7. It's already getting pretty dry. We know that we've got like another week and a half worth of degassing to do. And we know that we've got a 10-day hold after that to be able to get it ready to rack into the next bottle. But once we've got the agitation and degassing done with this, we've got a special surprise for those that have been following along with the process, because we got a project finished today after the new bottle came in. We all know the temporary label went on here. We were trying to just label it off, let it have its own identity. But the other carboy that came in, we did a little work to it. So, with our 2 minutes of degassing done, we can see we've got a nice bubble column in there. It's nice, it's aerated. Well, not aerated. We don't want to really add oxygen into the must. That's why we left the stopper on. We left the airlock in place. You don't want to add oxygen to this, or even chance the fact of having it turn into vinegar. But for what it's worth, we also need to get this back into a dark place, roughly 55 to 75 degrees. Odin's going back in his cage for now, and I will be right back, folks. Now, for those curious, that's the final label for our mead. This will be its home for the next probably 30 upwards of 90 days after we're done with the racking process and after we're actually done with the preparation process. This will be its home for the next 60 days, 30 to 60 at least. After that, we're going to take our pre-made label that we already have, that we didn't have to alter to fit onto a jug. We're going to end up getting the actual bottling kit for our mead, and we're going to see about bottling that in place. Because I think it would be really, really nice to be able to have the mead broken down in individual bottles to where we can turn around and actually, how do I put it? Actually stretch it. You know, let's have that first bottle, you know, the first run after it's done, while it's young. Bottle number 2, let's go with Thanksgiving. That seems like a good time to pull a bottle. Bottle 3, I think we'll do it around Christmas. Christmas, New Year's, somewhere in there. And then bottle number 4, I think we're going to hold on to it for a while. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year. And then if we get any more bottles out of it, then we'll see what we want to do with those. They might, you know, we might get a chance to gift some to our neighbors or etc. But we also have the fact of our grape wine coming up here in a couple of weeks. About the time that we go to put this mead into its stasis, we're going to start the next batch. We got our star sand in today. We got our yeast, etc., etc. Yeah, it's been an eventful week. We've also got our fermentation cabinet coming in here by the end of the month, so that'll be a nice little touch. Finally have a proper home for our mead and any other fermentation that we do. But really, folks, I just wanted to get this video out there because I know that I promised viewers at least a video over the mead process so far. In truth, the editing is frustrating me at this point. We cannot get the file to save for some reason, and even when we do, it seems that it's not compatible to be able to be uploaded. We're trying to work through that. If it means that we have to turn around and film on our phone to be able to turn around and do this, that's what we got to do. But as promised, we got that update video in, and we'll be back here in probably about the next 5 days to be able to do another update and see where we're going with it. But with that, folks, this check-in is coming to a close. I'm your host, Canna, and I'll see you in about 5 days. Have a good one, everyone. Later.